There we go. Yeah, but what about those mitochondria? Yeah, I know, right? They're fighting me. They're from a meta perspective, they're fighting me. Okay, good. It did save all of my stuff. 251 looks like our last one. We should be, I think, in the middle of Central Park at this point. Yeah, we just fought the bear. We just fought the bear. For the first time. For the first time. Oh, place an item? No. Again, obviously, with the randomized battle system, another bear fight could happen at any time. Like that, right there. See, look, there's the bear again. Also, it feels like they switched the... I just use my AR-15 to shoot. Dodge the lightning. No riding the lightning for Aya. Free ammo? Take it. I think they also messed up my resolution, though. Hold on. Why would they mess with the resolution? I don't even know how to change that. Options? Video. Nope. System. Nope. Okay. I don't want that. Odd. Let me try one other thing. No, it's giving it like the correct everything. Oh. Start in, yeah. Huh. Scaling. Core, okay. Huh, I guess this is just what it looked like. I swear it was bigger last time we played it, though. Oh, wait. I don't know. Coming to higher, but some video filters might only work for cores that use... Okay. Oh, God. Okay, that's not... That is a huge list of... That is not what I'm looking for. I will have to play with that at another time. Alright, I guess this is what it's going to look like tonight. For better or for worse. Alright. Now we found the 2 secret stashes in there. We gotta save, kill two mutated polar bears. Now we have to change this blonde kid again. Who we know is either a ghost or a figment of our imagination. There's no way there's not at least one secret over here, right? There's gotta be something over here. Oh! Secret path? Where's this taking us? Oh, this is like a completely different path. I just assumed there was gonna be like an ammo box. Well, here's something. What is this? Oh, it's a free tool. Alright. Not the worst thing to find. I realize now, thinking about this, there's also not a currency system. There's no, like, cash in this. You're not finding gil or gold or rupees. There's no cash system for this, right? You're just running around and finding random stuff. Oh, okay. Can't interact with the park bench. Ooh, what's the dock got? That's a big ol'... Oh, a defense +1. Nice. At some point, I'll start using those. I don't know when, but some point I will. Is this where she was leading us to? No? Wait. Maybe? Yes. Okay, yes, this is where she was leading us. So wait, what's this way? Oh, it's her. I guess this is the way we were intended to go. I still love we found that grenade launcher inside of the zoo. Inside of, like, the medical center at the zoo. Presumably, the thought process was, like, they used it to trank animals or something. But the fact that it's a grenade launcher that just does heat damage. Medicine 2. Better than Medicine 1. Okay. Box. Ooh, we got another vest. Ooh, a +1. What does that mean? Let's find out, shall we? Inventory is... Oh, we're not even close to full. Okay, nice. Pockets to carry more items. Oh. Is that what... Oh, okay. So, worse defense, but better parasite energy. Increases item capacity by 1. Ooh. So, in theory, we could pull that off and put it onto our SP vest. Right? Or the other option is we could snag that +2 off of the bonus, the plus on this vest, and put it onto our other vest. We lose the ammo, like the extra inventory space, obviously, but I'm not as worried about inventory space right now. Maybe if it becomes it's a bear and a bird. We gotta take this bird out. We gotta get rid of this bird. It's an ad. Nice. Oh, lightning. Oh god, we got hit. We're dead. We blew up. Can confirm, completely exploded. Ooh, crit. Like, there's not a lot of maneuverability on this bridge, you know? Oh, he tried to, body splash me. Dang, that bear's been watching pro wrestling. Tried to give me the Okazuna body splash. I don't know, did Okazuna have a body splash? Wait. Wasn't I here a second ago? What? Snakes? No, we gotta get rid of this. The red ones, the bigger red ones, I think are the poisonous ones. The little ones just bite you. 2 items. Ammo and a medicine. We'll actually just use that medicine now. Since I am a little low on health. Man, they even max us out. Unless this is a different dock. No, this is the same dock. Okay. So there is some, like, random side exploring. Not surprising. Hello, child. Oh, okay, we already went up. That's where we came from when we went to the alternate direction from the kid in the first place. I wonder what happens if I would have gone this way without her. This is a big, ominous road. I'm sure there's nothing's gonna randomly fight us up here. Literally at any second. There it is. I knew there had to be at least one fight in here. 4 birds. Oh, God. I forgot to reload. I forgot that reloading is like manual. Wait, did we kill 2 birds already? How did that happen? I didn't think we had killed another bird. Oh, all the junk. I'm not going to bother picking up the junk. I don't think I'm going to be doing any of the junk collecting quests, so I'm going to reload the weapon. Is it... what? I don't remember now. I guess I'm just doing it by sort? Do it that way. Wait, where is my ammo box? Why is it at the bottom? Also, 16 rounds in this gun is just such a random number. 10 would make sense, or 20 would make sense, but 16 is just a random, obtuse number. Oh, wait. Is there something hidden back here? That almost looks like someplace you would hide something. That or in the foreground on this bridge. Nothing? Really? Okay. Ooh, fight though. What are we fighting this time? Wow, 2 snakes, 2 poisonous snakes, and a bear. That's kind of a lot, actually. We got very lucky there. We were far enough away the lightning missed. Oh, I just too close. Wow, double crit the insta-kill though. Ooh, free a bunch of ammo. Take all that free ammo. That did a lot of damage though. That was 36 damage I took there. Oh, heals for 60. We'll just do this one. Oh. Another fight. Double monkeys. Gotta love it. Oh. Stupid. They comboed me. Oh, come on now. I think I need to reload, but... oh, he's too far away. He's gonna take reduced damage. Son of a... can't remember the way to dodge that attack. Alright, there we go. More ammo. I swear. So is it... bullets? No? Oh wait, that'll actually work too. I forgot. Okay, that's how you do it. Alright. I was trying to remember. I'm like, I swear there's a way I figured this out last time that worked really, really well. This looks like the perfect place to hide something. No? Where? There's gotta be a hidden item here. Maybe it's behind the statue in the middle? So we can go upstairs. Or I can go underneath this thing. I'm gonna go upstairs. Oh, the road's blocked off. I think there is a road that goes through Central Park, so that would make sense that you could drive through here. Oh, double plants. Oh, triple plant. It's not quad plants, but it's almost quad plants. Wow, that has a side hit on it like that, eh? I dare call shenanigans? Uh-oh, poison attack. Usually it attacks backwards with the poison. Also, the camera angle has gotten, like, disconnected from the directional buttons. Level up. Nice. Ooh, almost 500 bonus points. And a bunch of mana. Like, that's... I'm pushing right, and that's the direction we're going. Like, the camera... The camera's become very confused. can't go down this road. So that either means there's something hidden underneath this bridge, and I need to go get it, or... Okay, there's at least 2 treasure chests down here. PE +1. Okay. Defense +1. They're giving us a lot of defense increases. Wait, how many does my current armor actually have? There's a +2 to defense, and only a +1 to PE energy and critical. Maybe we go the other way. Yeah, if we gave it +2, that would be a 21. I don't know. Like, this is still the best armor we've got for just raw defense. Oh, I was like, man, it's been a little while, but there's the phone. There's the phone I was hoping for. Uh-oh. Oh, plant monster. Okay, we gotta focus on the plant monster. The birds aren't that big of a threat. We can kind of outrun them. We can probably get some free healing out of this. Our parasite energy is full. Use P to absorb damage, removes effects of poison, analyzes enemies' HP and weaknesses, slows enemy AT recharge. Just gonna heal up. By the time our attack is ready, our PE will probably be filled up enough. I can do another... Wow, our PE has actually gone up pretty drastically. Considering I think before it was taking 60% of my PE just to do heal 1. So the leveling up in this has been pretty intense. Ooh, crit for a crit kill. 1 shot, eh? Nice. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Would you like to save your progress? I would like to save my progress, thank you. Select. Right, this one. Always stagger save, kids. I don't care what you're playing. You always stagger save. Oh, this has got to be a boss fight, right? Hold on. Let me check yield weapon and reload it. This is a boss fight. This has gotta be a boss fight. 100% a boss fight. Inventory is maxed out, but we have a lot of junk in here, so I could probably ditch some of it. I've got 2 revives. I'll definitely have to keep those. Oh, no, I take that back. I've got 3 junk. Okay. This has got to be a boss fight or something. Oh, okay, yeah, these seem unique. Ow. Oh, they shoot little spike balls at me. That's different, okay. Now, if I remember correctly, whenever you kill one, the other ones get stronger. Like, Ooh, that was close, okay. See, this is where having the extra range would come in really handy. Because then I could just be wherever and shoot, right? Yeah, I think the other ones got bigger after I killed that first one. Oh, that almost got me. Almost got me. Oh, see, that one was a sort of... So sometimes they do like a fan out and angle, or sometimes they do a full 360. Okay, that's 2 down. I mean, I've been spreading the damage out a little bit. Okay, that's should be. Oh, one more giant one. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. Ah, I thought it was far enough away. I'm gonna heal. Uh-oh, it's doing something different. Oh, that looks like it. Oh, it did hit me. Okay. So I want to kind of be standing over here when it comes up. And then I kind of want to run. Yeah, like that. There we go. 4 items. Lots of XP on that. Level 15. Parasite power have evolved energy shot. Channel energy into bullets. Nice. That's a classic move. Dang. We got like 300 bonus points from that fight. Oh, well look at that. It's all just, okay. A bunch of defense plus 1s. Definitely getting rid of these chunks for the defense plus 1s. And then I'll probably drop... I'll drop that Cure P, because we have a spell for it. Instead. Yeah, it's a little risky, but that's probably fine. It's not maybe the best idea, but to get that plus P or whatever up card. Or the defense plus. Was it defense plus? Yeah, defense plus. We have a lot of those now. Now the question is, how long do I wait before I actually spend them? Oh, hi! So a boss fight into a boss fight, you say? So you're saying you're throwing me from a boss fight into a boss fight? Is that what you're telling me right now? That's pretty messed up, Parasite Eve. Also, I haven't saved. I'm gonna go see if I can save. Hold on. I'm gonna go save first. Because I don't have to do that worm fight again. Okay. There we go. Good, good. Very good of them. See, this is the part where it starts to kind of suck. Because if I want to go drop stuff off, I literally have to run all the way back to the beginning. Like, there's no... There's no place for me to, like, drop my equipment off before we literally get to all the way back at the beginning of the park. Unless there's something going on up here. Unless the new car is pulled up or something. But I don't think that's allowed because of the aura of death around. Nothing hidden over up here. Like, that would be the other option, right? Like, there's a car here and I can hide stuff in the trunk or something. Because as it stands, I literally have to run all the way back to the beginning to drop stuff off. Come on, really? Double. Can't wait till I get a shotgun. Shotguns are very overpowered if you... once you get rid of, like, the... Ow. Like, they have a short range, right? But if you take their shotgun spread effect and put it on something else... Oh, an offense plus 1. Oh, no. That's a rare get. I guess I'll just drop a medicine too. Oh man, now this is a choice. Yeah, I'll just take this off of it. Because I'm sure we'll get some items after this boss fight. They really need to set up a fast travel point or something. Like when we get to that part where the road is blocked off on both sides, you should be able to go up and like push on one of the those barricades, and then you can use that as a short travel point to go from there back to the car. So that way you don't have to do all the way back to the beginning of the park. It just makes me wonder what the thought process for making you do that is. I mean, I know obviously with the turn-based RPG stuff, backtracking to put items in your... Oh, I don't think we fought here before, did we? Oh, yeah, the snakes. No, I take that back. We did. One-shot kill. I like that. I'm gonna do a heal. I'm trying to remember if eventually we get some really high-end armor that allows... Son of a biscuit. That will allow us to do 2 actions per action. You know what I mean? We can do 2 things per turn. I don't remember if that's something we get, though. Oh, medicine 1. Okay. I mean, I don't need that. I wish I could use it from that screen, but I don't think I can do that. That'd be really nifty. But yeah, they definitely just need to have you set up a fast travel point. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Okay, that's just a box. I'm also curious how long I can go before I need to actually use all the, like, armor +1s and offense +1s and all that stuff. Very curious to see how long I can go before that starts being mandatory. Because I haven't used a single one as of yet. Oh, that was a new area. Well, but that treasure chest had been open, so I guess I'd been over there at least once. Yeah, I'm curious to see how long I can go without needing to use any of those. See, like right here, this needs to have become like a fast travel point or something. Like when you go to the other side of this, you can go in that building and there's like a magical storage box inside or something. Because I still need to go through the whole park at this point. So there's a fight here we can get for the snakes. And then if I go this way, I think we can avoid the fight completely. And then over here, I think if I go this way, the most I'm gonna fight is a couple of birds. I think. Like going through here, I don't think there's a way to dodge this fight. If it happens, it happens. Or you know what I would also settle for? And maybe you can do this somehow, but I don't know how to do it. But what I would also settle for is you can bring up the world map and leave at any time, but when you come back, you have to start at the beginning of the level. Because that would cut your travel time, not fully in half, but it would cut it down a lot. Because then you don't have to worry about, you know, running out of an area and then coming back in. And I mean, obviously the other choice is I could just, you know, use some of this stuff. But then now I'm committing like limited resources to maybe a subpar item, right? And I guess the only good thing about all the forced backtracking is you do have to do a little bit of XP grinding that way. Hey, Benz! Don't worry, I'll find him. I won't come back until I do. Like, obviously... hello? Oh, that was weird. Obviously, if Ben was actually at the performance, he's dead, right? Because everybody who was at the performance got gooified. Their mitochondria went into overdrive and caused them to turn to literal jelly or something. The mitochondria literally melted the bonds of their flesh, turning them into goo. Right. Wait a second. I just noticed this picture on this side of the door. I think that's a picture of Babe Ruth. What has that got to do with the police department? Hello? Thank you, Aya. I think that's a picture of Babe Ruth. What just happened? That was weird. She just, I guess, walked right out the door? Okay, there we go. That was really strange. You want to leave something here? I do. Store equipment. I have this new vest I can leave here. And then store item. I have so many items to store. See, I mean, once this gets filled up, we can, in theory, start discarding, like, medicine ones, right? But again, this also has the interesting effect of, like I was saying, you can't buy anything. So, as such, once you get rid of these medicines, they're just gone forever. Right? Oh, I can move the zoo key. Okay. I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. We'll just do medicines first. That's fine. Oops. All right, that's better. Actually, we'll do the other things first because I might need those keys. Might be more important. I don't have any junk. Can't get some free bullets from this guy. Ammo plus 6. How we looking? Okay, that's not too bad. Going to sort this, though. I mean, that doesn't really matter. There we go. We got 10 slots now. So whatever reward we get from this final, or the next fight. I don't know if it's well, I'm pretty sure it's the final one. I guess I can't be too coy with what I know about this. I'm pretty sure this next fight is the final fight for this area. I think, if I remember correctly. I think if there's this, then there's a cutscene. And then I think after that is when you can get the first shotgun. I think. It's hidden, and I think you have to kind of go get it in a kind of an out-of-the-way area. But you can get the first shotgun, and the shotguns in this are just completely busted. Like, legitimately are just... There's no reason not to use them. Other than, if I remember right, their range is kind of short. And you can overcome that with bonus points and range enhancers. There might be something other reason that it's not good, like maybe it only holds 1 bullet per shot or whatever. But again, that's the thing you can also change by pulling it off of other weapons. Oh, there are a lot of snakes here actually suddenly. Wait, what? I forgot to reload, but I got poisoned. Oh, butts. Alright, that's fine. Detoxed. That is a lot of snakes. That's the most snakes I think we've ever seen at one time. Especially here, when usually we're only fighting like 2. Wow, their actual bites don't do any damage because we're so high level. We're just having to deal with the poison now. Man, Aya's got those jukes though. Pirouettes on point. There's a streamer I watch occasionally who really likes to check the pirouettes whenever they're playing something like this. And Aya's pirouettes are completely on point. Just look at that. She is just spinning. She don't care about no momentum. Let's use that to max out. Like, I like the camera work in this too. Like, that's a cool, like, you see this and you zoom up and then you see where you're going. It's very cinematic. It's so odd that they made this a turn-based RPG system. I mean, the second one is a real-time combat system like Resident Evil is. And it has so much of that vibe going on with this stuff. It still blows my mind that this is technically a turn-based system. Aw. There's a joke, there's a gag jump scare in this area involving these birds, but it's just random if it happens. I've returned. Welcome back. How was your shower? Not gonna bother with the junk. We ran back and dropped off all of our crazy inventory stuff so that we can do this next fight with plenty of inventory space. Oh, what? I didn't think I could be pulled into a fight way up there. Oh, man. That sucks. Oh, now you walk up to me, jerk-faced. Very nice after a long day of work. I hear that. I like they even rendered the M4A1 or the M16A1 like that. They technically rendered it pretty accurately for the limited graphics. I just don't know if it's gonna switch if we were using something else. Like if we were using an AK-47, would it actually look like an AK-47? Or do all assault rifles just vaguely look like an M16? Alright, so we just gotta run back now, do this boss fight, and then... I do remember, as a kid anyway, this boss fight being very, very difficult. Because it's set on a very tight, like, arena. Like, the arena is very, very small, and it requires a lot of very specific maneuvering to dodge attacks. Okay, so the little kid went this way, which might be, I'm assuming, is the fastest path. What I realized, I just thought about that popped in my head. I don't know what happens if we come back here during the day. I assume if I come back here during the day, this place is still nighttime, because this part of the module all takes place at night. Unless they have a full different lighting system for daytime. But I have to imagine even if I came back here in the middle of the day, it would still be nighttime. No, that one's open, right? Maybe it's, wait. Why does it not look open suddenly? I'm 90% sure I went that way and opened it, but it doesn't look open. Oh, Ika, so with that burger you got, would you say it's better or worse than their, okay, it is open, than their Wagyu beef burger? For those who don't remember, Wagyu beef was the first burger ever introduced at Arby's. Made out of Wagyu beef. It was very good. Like, it would, how do I explain it? It was better than, it tasted so good, it tasted like it should have come from a restaurant and not a fast food place. But it was also like 16 bucks, so it was pretty expensive. I'd say noticeably worse. Okay. So the Wagyu beef is worth it. The Wagyu beef continues to be the better burger. Hello, burbs. Dang, 5 burbs. Man, they're lucky I don't have a shotgun. Shotguns were basically invented for hunting burbs. They can't actually do damage to me anymore. My armor is so high from my leveling. That's fair. Oh, that one got me. That one got me for 2. Oh, so their charge attack can still do damage. But their general, like, randomized pecking can't. Drove out of range. Using an enhanced, using the power of speed. How is that hitting so reliably? I've dodged so many of their attacks before. No thank you. Okay. I think there was one fight at the end of the bridge. If I remember correctly. Like, this is a good-looking backdrop. Like, obviously, it's limited in its availability, or its like, aesthetic look because it's a PS1 module, but it's a cool-looking backdrop to this scene, right? Nice. Okay, we didn't get a fight there. Like, this is cool. Like, obviously you have the attended shadow and stuff as best you can. Like, it looks on par with something made much later if you were comparing it to, like, some of the point-and-click adventure stuff we've been playing. Like, the Searchums. This is almost on par with those from stuff that was made, like, probably 12 years later. Hey, no boss fight. Nice. Or no random battle. Let's get this save. We're probably gonna need it. I'm feeling our first death is probably coming up here. Because yeah. I remember this boss fight being very, very hard. Yeah, at least for the 3D graphics part. Yeah, yeah. I don't remember if there's another randomized battle here. Apparently not. Or it didn't trigger. Yeah, for the 3D aspect of this, it's doing a great job with the lighting and stuff. Like, that horse is obviously not great, because it looks like a GIF, or a GIF, however you want to pronounce it. Your genes are stronger than I thought. Come, my dear, let's go for a ride. Ha 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 ha! What? What? No, just shoot her. Don't listen to her. Don't do what she wants you to do. Just pull out your M16 and open fire. Why are you doing what she's asking? What's Horse doing working for the villain? Well, I mean, horses are just loyal creatures that do what they're asked. Plus, you have to remember she has the ability to, like, mind control stuff, right? Like, she can mind control humans. There's no reason she can't... Horse on fire suddenly? There's no reason she can't mind control that horse. We'll chalk this up to the curiosity of the PC. Horse! It's a crazed flaming horse. Why? Why be on the human side? So this is... Why not? I'm a human. So this is the battle arena, by the way, is the back of this carriage. I have to dodge all of her attacks while running around in the back of this carriage. Rip horse? Yeah. Why not? I'm a human. Why are you going with them and not me? Because I don't want to kill a bunch of people and you're totally down for killing everybody. What? I love she's so confused. What are you talking about? I'm trying to remember. Oh, she's about to attack. Oh, oh. Oh, God. Yes, I can't believe we're having to dodge this stuff in the back of a coach like this. Crit there. Not the mitochondria lasers. Yeah. It's a mitochondria bombardment. And I have no idea how many times I actually... Oh, she just swung at me. She just legit took a swing at me. Oh, cutscene. Oh, she flew at the camera. Nope, nope, we're doing a thing. It seems you still don't know who I am. I sure don't. Well, if you don't know, your mitochondria will. That's why you were drawn to the opera. There is no way our mitochondria would have known that. What are you talking about? Yeah, exactly. That's nonsense. Here, let me explain directly. Stop it! Oh, God, no. Not again. If we are joined forces, all other mitochondria in the world will... Stop! Flame horse. Ponyta before Ponyta. Well, that's a full-sized horse, so I guess that would be Rapidash. Oh, horse is down. Oh, A is down. That'll give you a concussion. That'll ruin your night. You know, just a Christmas Eve in Central Park and the horse-drawn carriage crashes into a bridge. And the horse bursts into flames. And you get a concussion. That's why you don't Fast and Furious your horse-drawn carriages, folks. Don't Fast and Furious your horse-drawn carriages. They're just not built for that kind of maneuverability. Aya, answer me. I assume we're on the radio? Ben, Daddy! Thank God Ben wasn't there, or he would just be dead now. Ben, weren't you going to the concert? I came here with Mom, but she was all weird. What do you mean, Ben? I came with Mom so the three of us could be together. That's not... So that's why you came to get me? Mom went to the stage, but she freaked out. What do you mean Mom freaked out? What does that mean, kid? I need you to talk to me. I got near the stage and started to feel sick. I wanted to go home. Mom wasn't herself, Dad. She left and everyone else went too. Lorraine. So apparently the kid was at the concert, but it just didn't work on him, so he walked home. Baker, casualties were much worse this time. We cannot put the lives of citizens in jeopardy any longer. We have ordered evacuation of all citizens out of Manhattan. Fortunately, most people are out of the city for Christmas. What do we do, sir? We still stay and assist in neutralizing Eve. Shouldn't we leave it to the army? So here we have seen an almost perfectly logical I would say this is so logical, it's unrealistic, right? That they have a creature has emerged that caused a bunch of people at an opera to burst into flames. They have no idea what's going on other than one survivor who is a cop, a lieutenant in the police department, or a detective in the police department, who says that it used psychic abilities to kill everybody there. All evidence indicates that something like that happened. They all have a very hard time believing that's what happened, but all the evidence indicates to them that that's what actually happened. Then they realized that something like that was going to happen again at Central Park on Christmas Eve at a concert. They show up there. Also, this guy's not dead, by the way. I just realized that the guy who was with them who died going into the park, I thought it was this Nick's guy, but it's not. That must have been another person we didn't know. That was just a random cop that we didn't know was the one who died, apparently. But we got there, found out that there was a psychic field around parts of Central Park that was causing anybody other than Aya to go into it to spontaneously burst into flames. So Aya went in and it tried to engage Eve, and then they lost contact with her, and they don't know if it's safe to go get her or whatever. Presumably. Well, no, I take that back. They have gone inside, and they found out there was a bunch of casualties, right? So they haven't shown us what happened to Aya. So they went in after Eve left, found that all this goo everywhere that they assume must have tested for human DNA. They went, oh my God, whatever Eve is killing huge swaths of people. This has gotten out of hand. It is now it's no longer safe for regular human beings to be on the island of Manhattan on Christmas Eve. We have to evacuate the island for everyone's safety because we don't know what's going on. And they're like, okay, that could kind of work because a lot of people are gone for Christmas anyway. Then this detective or whatever with the police department is like, what do we do? Do we even stay here, or do we just let the army handle this? Because this is like beyond anything they've ever seen before. It's so correct that I don't think in real life this is what would happen. Like if we heard on the news like a psychic creature was attacking parts of Manhattan, there is no way, despite having no control over the situation, that they would be like, okay, we're evacuating Manhattan. Yeah, it's too logical. It's too logical is the problem. There's no way in real life they'd be like, okay, there's a monster on the loose that can use psychic powers to melt huge swaths of people. We have to evacuate the island of Manhattan and let the police come in and handle it. Or the military come in and handle it. There's no way. There's no way something like that would ever be done in real life. There are too many big egos and too many nonsensical things that would have to happen, right? There is no way that the mayor is going to be like, yeah, we need, or the chief of police is like, we got to evacuate the city. The mayor is going to go, yeah, we need to evacuate the city because whatever this thing is too dangerous. On Christmas Eve, like a huge, like, event time, right? There is no way that this is too logical of an action. This is literally if Jaws, they went and talked to the mayor and they're like, hey, mayor, you got to close the beach the day before the big beach festival. And he's like, you know what? That's a good idea. We don't want anybody dying at the beach festival. We'll cancel the beach festival. We'll have all the food and stuff still happen, but no one's allowed to go in the water since the shark's not going to kill people up on the beach. We'll just make sure they stay out of the water because they know there's a killer shark out there and people don't want to be eaten by a shark, right? Like some logic would be used. This is literally too much logic to the point where I don't think this would work in real life, even in this same situation. It's amazing. I don't even remember this. I don't remember any of this dialogue, but I'm loving every second of it. Shouldn't we leave it to the army? Baker, we're the ones that are supposed to be protecting the city. Oh, here we go. Here's the stupid part. Daniel, any word from Aya? So they did lose her, apparently. They found out that all the bodies were, like, gooified at the concert, but they haven't found Aya yet. Everyone looking around nervously. Darn it! Where could she be? Daniel, I need you to help evacuate the citizens. She's our only hope against this thing now. Another logical statement of, She's the only one that is not affected and killed by this. We need to find her because she's literally the only thing that we can use against Eve. I'm going to look for her. Shouldn't we stop him, sir? No, you need to find Aya as soon as possible. He's lost, Lorraine. He'll find Aya. You two help with the evacuation. I love all this dialogue. I love it so much. Because every time they point out the stupid horror movie trope dialogue, someone then immediately goes, no, that's dumb. Shouldn't we do this instead? And they go, you know what? That's actually a much better idea. Ben, Daddy. Ben, I'm sorry. I have to go find Aya. Where'd she go? I don't know, but she's the only one that can fight the thing that hurt your mommy. Kathy? Kath? Look after the kid, will ya? I will, don't worry. And then this... Daddy! Come on, sport. You like dogs? I'll introduce you to the best police dog in town. So, and then this woman is probably, like, literally with the Child Protective Services. There are usually officers at any precinct like this who have training on dealing with kids in traumatic experiences. Something sort of like what Floppity Penguin does. So this is probably literally her job, is to, like, take care of kids in emergency situations like this. Kathy, can I show this boy the dog? Sure, let me open the fence. Hey, you got a visitor. Kind of a little prisoner-y, but... This is Shiva. What a great dog. Hey, I think she likes you. If she's a well-trained, like, cop dog, she's gonna love kids. Hey, that tickles. Dog champ? Yeah. Ooh, cutscene. Realistic, very realistic. This is exactly... Oh, that guy's almost... That cop almost ate it. That cop... Oh, dang, that emote isn't showing? Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, this would be the problem with trying to evacuate the city overnight like this. That cop has psychic powers? Yeah. There's no way that taxi would have stopped like that. But here we're seeing even more casualties, right? Like, that's the role, like the ice rink? We never were at the ice rink. Cop A. How many times do I gotta tell you? We've blocked this off. You haven't even found a cat on... You won't even find a cat on this street. Japanese man. I told you, I've already contacted the police about this matter. Cop A. What? Japanese man. I'm not getting anywhere with my English. Remember there was a guy who called from Japan about mitochondria and stuff? This is him. Hey, you Chinese? No, I'm Japanese. Nada. Nada John. Desuka? Oh, yes. Can you speak Japanese? Chodo dekne. Dere desuka. I'm sorry, I'm slandering your part of your heritage there. Do you want me to translate? If you want, yeah. I mean, this is obviously somewhat in English. I am Kinehiko Media? Or Japanese, or, let's see. Nada? What's that? You're Japanese? Hey, if you can't speak the language, go back to your country. He. Are you... I can't tell if he's actually being mean or if he's just making a joke in the situation. You are... Uh-oh. Is this cop about to explode? I can speak a little Japanese. Oh, okay. That's what it says. All right. That's cool. Multicultural. Nope. Multicultural police force. Multilingual. Yeah, multicultural police force. You are Calm down. Take it easy, man. It's bad for your heart. Oh, it's a weak-hearted cop. That's unfortunate. You're in a wrong... You need to, like, go and sit at a desk. Well, maybe he has a desk job, but under this circumstance, he's out on the street. Also, it looks like the two of the Japanese guy and the other cop B, are chit-chatting right now. I'm hot. Help! Arg! Uh-oh. Wow. The Japanese guy is incredibly calm right now. He's just... He didn't even take a step back. That guy is probably within a foot of his leg. Media, I guess it's now or never. Media? He just makes a break for it. He just makes a break for it. Maximum chill? I think this is literally the opposite of maximum chill. Spontaneous human combustion. I believe that's correct. Just runs off while they're distracted with the burning cop. Oh god, that's amazing. Oh, more cutscene? Aya? That is very bright. I please request that you stop with the bright flashes. Aya, where? It looks sort of like a department store. Oh, it's a hospital. Hospital? That makes sense too. Like it looked like a department store or something because it looked like there was like a front desk and some chairs and stuff. Or maybe even just like a business building, like a skyscraper. Cut to this scene where we're in some old beaten up something? An old apartment, I guess? Media. Oh, you're finally awake. Suddenly your Japanese or your English is much better. Who are you? I'm Konehiko Media. I'm a scientist from Japan. He found you. What? Oh, it's Daniel. Daniel! There's no one out there but cops. It's a ghost town. Also, there's no way they would evacuate the whole island of Manhattan in a single night. That's not physically possible. I don't even think back in the 90s when this happened, there was a way that would happen. You can argue the statement of like a lot of people already left for Christmas, maybe. There is no physical way to completely evacuate the island of Manhattan in the course of what appears to be like 12 hours. That's not physically possible. There's no way that would, even in the 90s, that's not physically possible. Like, it would just, there's no way. There's no one out there but cops. It's a ghost town. Never seen anything like it. Pretty creepy, if you ask me. Oh, it would be incredibly unsettling. Some people swam. On December 24th, they went out to the Hudson River and just started swimming to get across. Well, they told me to evacuate. Just gonna go for a swim in December in the Hudson River. Perfectly good weather for a swim. It's only 34 degrees outside, perfectly brisk. Never seen anything like it. Pretty creepy, if you ask me. Where's Eve? What happened to the people in the Central Park? Oh, they're goo. Ben was okay, but the rest of the audience, well, they just disappeared. I mean, Aya, you watched them turn into goo. Did you lose that memory in the concussion? Aya, Disappeared? You mean they weren't ignited? They all melted into slime and became one big mass? Okay, she does remember. Daniel, Medea. Is it Medea? Well, how do you pronounce that, Ika? Because it's not Medea, like Medea's family reunion. It's got to be something else. Is it Medea? Or... I don't know how many more times I have to pronounce his name, but I don't want to keep pronouncing it wrong. Medea? That's something new. Nothing like that happened in Japan. Wait, what? This has happened before. Japan? What? Medea. A similar incident occurred several years ago in Japan. Is it a secret? They must have kept it a secret. Although it wasn't as grandiose in scale as this one. What? Daniel, hey, give us the details. Medea. It all started when a scientist's wife was involved in a car accident. Maida? Okay, Maida. Okay, Maida. It all started when a scientist's wife was involved in a car accident. The scientist tried to culture her liver cells in order to keep her alive. I feel like no. I feel like that's not something that could happen. Not in the 90s. We could kind of do something like that today, but I don't know about back in the 90s. Maida. The scientist named those cells Eve. Eve? The liver cells multiplied and her mitochondria eventually took over her physical body. Maida. After acquiring the scientist's sperm, Eve tried to give birth to an ultimate being. Interesting. Ultimate being? What kind of being? She, the being who mutated from the liver cells, couldn't maintain her body for long. By the way, before the car accident occurred, the wife had registered to have her organs donated. Maida. So after the accident, her kidneys were transplanted to a young girl. And Eve implanted a fertilized egg in the young girl who gave birth to an ultimate being. I was extremely interested in this and went to his lab so that I could continue research. After hearing about this incident, I had to fly over here. Daniel, what the heck is going on here? I can understand why you would be confused by this. This is some really weird stuff. Maida, I wish I could explain more. Aya, Aya, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. No, you have a concussion and probably are very, very badly bruised over a lot of part of your body. You basically survived a car accident going probably like 20 miles an hour, and not like a fender bender. Like you slammed into that thing and it skid. Like you probably have a concussion and probably need to be checked for internal bleeding. Daniel, I thought the monster had gotten a hold of you. Thought it was too late. When I felt Eve, something inside of me felt like it was being... You felt you were about to be ignited, correct? No, she's the only one that isn't affected. What? Maida. Imagine if they would have done a Nani there instead. Maida, I don't understand. Yeah, I think I may be a monster like her? Nani? That lined up perfectly with what? What, Nani? What are you saying, Aya? Aya, I don't know. What if I end up killing you? Daniel, aw, shut up. You know this, that's not... Please, Daniel, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Please go away. Just stay away from me. Gotta inject a little drama into this. It's been incredibly logical up to this point, so you gotta put a little drama in here. Daniel, Aya. I also think this would make an awesome movie, by the way. Aya, please. Yes, I understand your point. Like a young Margot Robbie probably could have played Aya, but I don't know who would play her now. Because she's only supposed to be like 20 something. Like I think they said she's 20. I think she said she's what, 24 at the beginning? Something like that? Maida, yes, I understand your point. Hey, where do you think you're going? I'm gonna go cut a hole in the roof so all the smoke from this open fire doesn't fill this confined room and kill us. They have a burning barrel in the middle of a closed room, by the way, and there's no smoke in there. This place would have filled up with smoke in probably like 2 to 3 minutes. Maida just casually walking into the door. Even if I am a monster, I don't ever want to kill you. Daniel, please. I could never forgive myself if I killed you. All this room is extremely dirty and probably everything is a fire hazard. Yeah. You're no monster. I just keep eyeing that treasure chest in the background. You're my best partner, Aya Bray. I'll be by your side, always, Aya. They also imply that these two have been through some stuff together. But Aya Bread, yeah, Aya Bread. But also, didn't they say that they've only been partners for a couple of months? It's really odd. They act like they've been partners for 20 years and they really care about each other. But she's also only been a police officer for like 6 months or something like that. Which also doesn't explain why she's a detective, by the way. Usually you have to be on the force for a good like 2 to 3 years before you can even test to become a detective. It's her anime pro tag energy, yeah. No, I think you literally just make her Aya, I think you make her 25. She joined the police force when she was 21. Aya, when I touched Eve, well, Eve touched you, but that feeling, was it Maya? But Maya died in a car crash with Mom. Remember she talked about how she was raised by her dad? And presumably Maya's her sister? No, it just couldn't be. Backstory. Day 3. Day 3? Okay, so day 1 was the night of the orchestra thing. And then day 2, I guess, was at Central Park. So now we're in day 3. After she's woken up after the concussion. Would you like to save your progress? I would like to save my progress. Thank you for asking. That's so polite of you. But that fight at the end of the Central Park went much smoother than I thought it was going to go. Aya, Oh, alright, we're in control now. The fire burnt itself out, and somehow we didn't asphyxiate, so that's good. What do I get out of this? 30 ammo. Okay, just 30 bullets. Cool. I thought I remembered that being a new nightstick, but I guess I'm wrong. Oh, Maida, was he out here crying? That was a long night. Sleep well? You were here all night? I told you to go away. You could have died, you know? Also, I don't understand this outfit he's wearing. Well, you know what? I take that back. So he's wearing the jacket with the sleeves rolled up and, like, a loose tie. And it has a lot of, like... I think that was just a look in the 90s. I think that might have just been a look you had in the 90s. I could be wrong, but... Mida, scientists can't believe anything without proof. It's just one of those things. And besides... What? Oh, nothing. Is that Daniel pulling up in a car? Daniel? No traffic. This is the way it ought to be around here. Daniel. Just a exacerbated sigh. So, where are we sitting around for? We've got work to do. Daniel, thanks. Alright, we're gonna need some bigger weapons. There's a gun shop over there. Let's stock up. Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna take the car, but then nothing happened. Is there something in the trunk? Alright, we're gonna go just break into a gun shop and find the biggest gun we can. Which, if I remember correctly, you don't actually get much of a gun out of this. If I remember correctly, you get the other nightstick and I think a body armor and a bunch of bullets. Mida is having an issue, I think. Mida, you alright, bud? Mida, they weren't kidding when they said they sell guns here in America, were they? No. They sell guns here in America. Anything else to say? Daniel? This is it. We'll help ourselves to some ammo. It's locked. Out of the way, Aya. Casually walks out. Daniel, no. Sorry, but it's the only way. I doubt that. Oh, he's gonna Oh my god! Daniel! What are you doing, you psychopath? You don't point a gun at someone like that! Are you really a cop? We think so, but we don't have scientific proof, if that's what you're asking. Daniel is a cryptozoologic creature, claiming to be a cop and technically on the payroll, but his actions indicate he's not a cop. Alright, I guess we're going inside now. Do not point a loaded gun at someone like that ever. Just don't do it. Alright, see now there's a lot of weapons in here. +1 to range, nice. So we got a PSG-1. I'm not sure what this one's supposed to be. This looks like a PSG-1 to me. And I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's like halfway a PSG-1 and then like halfway just a normal AR-15. I don't know. Oh, M11. Okay. Okay, this is our first submachine gun. Oh, there's the nightstick too. Okay. 15 ammo. A G19, which I'm guessing is a Glock 19. CR vest. Okay. CR vest. There's an AUG, a couple of MP5s. There's a Thompson submachine gun looking thing down here on this end. What looks like a couple of probably pump shotguns. A bunch of generic handguns. A couple more MP5s. This place has a lot of MP5s for no apparent reason. There's an M16 and it looks like with an AK in the middle of the two of them. Kind of hard to tell for sure. Oh, just a random tool. There's one behind the door. Bullet capacity +1. I didn't even know that was a thing we could spend points on. Oh, you can go behind this. Okay. Well, I'm happy I cleaned up my inventory before we finished that boss fight. I knew we were going to get a couple of things afterwards, but I thought we'd get some stuff during also. Do you think Maida is going to get a gun? Ika, would you get a gun in this situation? Yes, you would get a gun? Okay. I mean, I guess if nothing else, you'd have to probably deal with the giant mutated animals, right? Even if you can't fight Eve directly, you would have to deal with the giant mutated animals, so you'd probably want a gun for that. Alright, so what did we get in here exactly? So we have Club 2. Wow, that is significantly better. The range is about the same, but it's more than double the damage. That's like 250% more damage. Or no, like 150% more damage. Yeah, then this is probably a Glock 19, which is a Glock pistol. Damage is a little bit less and range is less. And and only 10 bullets, but it does fire 3 shots per turn. So that could be pretty cool. Now this is an M11, which I'm assuming this is a Mac 11. Most people have probably heard of a Mac 10. A Mac 11 was sort of the upgrade, but it also, if I remember correctly, switched away from 45 caliber ammunition to a 9mm ammunition. The problem with this weapon though is, so it shoots 5, right? Random rate of fire 1.5. So if I remember correctly, this was the thing that made SMGs bad, is it would randomly choose how many bullets to fire between 1 and 5, and at a random target at out of any ones on the screen. So yeah, you could fire up to 5 times per action, but it's all randomized, and it was really, really bad. So the only way I ever thought to use one of these was to, later, when we get a super tool that can pull an effect off without destroying the item, was to just pull the randomizer off of this and get rid of it, and then just have a regular SMG. The actual damage of the thing is fine. Like, it's a little low, and then here we have the problem of the range is not great, right? So in theory, if you didn't care about this gun, what you'd want to do is use a tool. A tool? Yes. Yeah, you'd want to use a tool, pull the 5-shot off of this, and put it onto the M16. Or potentially onto this pistol if you wanted to. I do like that the pistol can hold more options than the M16. The M16 only has the 2, and one of them's taken up by whatever that sliding scale is. It won't tell me what that does, so I'm not sure, but all the weapons seem to have it. Also, the Club 2 here has steel items, but halves attack power. So I don't know if that's like a thing you do, like a special attack, or if just randomly when you hit an enemy, it'll do half the damage, but steal an item. I don't know how that works exactly. But that's a fun one. I'm just probably gonna stick with the M16 for now, just because of the range. The range is really the most, like, raw damage is nice, but the range is really helpful. And then we also got a new armor. Oh, that's just flat out a better armor. In every single way. Light but very durable armor, or light but tough armor. So we'll take that instead. I mean, it's just better. There's no reason not to use it. We're gonna sort the inventory real quick. And I have it I've got 3 slots left. So we got a +1 to range and bullet capacity there. A couple of new weapons, but they're not really any better than the M16 we started with. Maida, this is just too much. Maida's a little freaked out. Daniel? Oh. What is he? Okay. He was taking a while to respond, so I wasn't sure what was going on. Go ahead and pick your favorite accessories, ladies. Okay, that's a little sexist, but that's not unusual for the 90s and most of the 2000s. I don't think he's trying to be inherently sexist. It's just like he's referencing movies, and it's sexist, but I don't think he means anything malcontent with it. Okay, Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else, so... hopefully that's everything. Oh, wait. Secret in the corner? Nothing. Okay. If it's Eve we're dealing with, all the ammo in the world may not even help us. Taurus will kill me for saying stuff like that. Torres being the guy in charge of the weapons locker back at the police station. I certainly hope these will help us out. Okay, he did take a gun. We didn't see what kind he got, but unfortunately Duel Links is having server issues. Oh no, Ika! What are you gonna do to get your fix? How are you gonna get the Yug into your veins? You're gonna have to directly shoot it into your eyes like that guy from with the coffee in that other module. You're just gonna have to go buy some Yuki cards and just like puff them or something. Can you like put them in a grinder and then turn them into like powder and then like huff the powder? Play the Tag Force module I recommended you. Oh, there you go. That'll hold you over until the internet's back to working. You? I believe there's a pharmacy over there. Oh, okay, do you need some drugs? He must need some drugs. Maybe he needs medication or like something. Let's go see what's over here. Oh, yeah, it's a 24-hour pharmacy. Just the smell of this place gives me the creeps. What? What does that mean? I don't understand what that means, Daniel. So many types of medication and they all seem strong, too. Yeah. It's a pharmacy. It literally holds all kinds of stuff. The door's broken. Oh, and rusted. Well, grab a shopping cart, everybody. What's up with him? All of a sudden, he's a happy camper. I won't understand those scientist types. Wait, as a pharmacist, he's a scientist in a pharmacy. It's full of like medications and stuff he's interested in. I assume we're just gonna get a bunch of like healing potions out of this. Oh, a revive, nice. We haven't actually used one of those yet, but if we need to, we've got 3 of them now. Medicine 2. Okay, that's what I expected. Unfortunately, I have to just check around like this. Oh, we can call and save. Nice. We'll have to do that when we get whatever's left in here. Yes, yes. I wish I could just take all these back to Japan. What? Ika, I have a question. Ika, I need a clarification on some Japanese history. Was there a medication shortage in the 90s in Japan? I know there was like an economic kind of like downturn at one point in the 90s, but also this looks to be spray paint. But was there a drug shortage in the 90s in Japan? I've never heard about that one. Clinging around randomly. Problem is there's so many stuff that's like hidden off camera sometimes. Like I vaguely know of the recession that happened in the 90s, but I was not familiar with a drug shortage. Unless he just likes selling, like maybe he works at a pharmacy when he's not going to school? And he just wishes he had all these free, like, drugs to sell or something? But I'm really confused. Because a lot of the times, even in a 24-hour pharmacy, I think more types of drugs are easier to get in the US than in Japan, but I'm not sure. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe the restrictions are just more severe. Oh, here we go. But at a pharmacy like this, a lot of the times the drugs on the shelves, if it's a 24-hour independent just pharmacy, usually this stuff is just normal over-the-counter stuff. And a lot of the times it's other things that aren't drugs. Oh, free tool, okay. And we got... yes? What am I replacing the item for? Oh, a CR evade +1. What's a CR? CR evade? What? I don't know what that means. Increases critical evasion percentage by 1. Oh. I guess it just reduces the chance of us getting critical. Alright, fair enough. Sounds important, and more important than the club we don't need anymore. The club that I would probably just end up putting in storage and never touching again. Alright, cool. So we found a secret room in the back that had a CR plus on it. Sweet. Oh, I forgot to save. But... well, we'll talk... oh, well, not... okay, we'll just go back inside, I guess. I meant to go talk to the... to Maida, but never mind. Oh, we're in Soho. So here's the beginning of day 3, Central Park, and we're in Soho. I don't know where that's at exactly, but it's definitely a place in New York, or in Manhattan, I guess. Actually, I don't know if it's in Manhattan. I'm assuming it is, but... shall we go now? I'd like to conduct some minor tests. Alright. I guess if we're done, if we're stocked, let's move out of here. I guess we're good to go. I love this music. It's got the right amount of, like, creepy science vibe. Like, you feel like you're watching a cutscene from Resident Evil, like, when they explain how the T-virus works. We're stocked. Come on, get in the car. What about Maida? You coming, Maida? Is there a place nearby with a good research facility? I'd like to test something. I don't know what that means, Maida. Are we set, Aya? Yeah, I guess so. Road rules don't apply here anymore. No, they don't. No, they don't. We can take the shortest route through Manhattan. And we can also go light speed, so... we've determined that most... what is this place? New York police cars can go... Mach 3, I think we determined. Usually they go a couple 100 miles an hour when they're cruising around, but when they turn their lights on, they can go full... okay, there's the museum, Carnegie Hall, NYPD. They can go full Mach 3. I thought this is when they added... I thought this is when they added the optional side area. Oh, wait. I wanted to go to Central Park during the day and see what it looks like. I want to see if they actually changed the lighting to make it daytime, or if it's just nighttime. Because they only built one, like, map for it. You know what I mean? Oh, it's nighttime. Ha! It's still nighttime. There is no sign of Eve, but the animals from the zoo are still on the loose. So it's still nighttime here. Okay. They did change this opening scene, though. They changed the angle instead of it being out on the road. But yeah, everything else is still the same. Okay. But it is nighttime, even during the day. Yeah, I do like that they changed this. They just changed this little area right here and just like, no, it's still nighttime. We built one version of this map and it's only a nighttime map. I guess we just go to the police department? I don't know what else we need to do. Like, we'll go to the police department. If this isn't where we need to be, then we can go, I guess, to the museum? But I can also drop some stuff off. I mean, I do need to be here. Let's talk to the receptionist. Or, yeah, I guess it's still a receptionist, whether it's a man or woman or other. On Christmas of all times, what's the matter with this town? Man, I gotta get out of here. Start up a ranch in the quiet countryside. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's a reason he does reception. It's because he doesn't like being out there and dealing with all the gross people. All the gross people. I still swear I remember there being a secret here or something. Like, if you interacted with some really random, like, corner of a desk or something stupid, you would get, like, ammo or, like, a trading card or something. But maybe it's not till later. Come on. Is the chief of police here? He's not even here? Boo. Where is that slacker? He's probably interacting with the mayor, trying to figure out what they need to be doing. They're having a meetup to chit-chat with the army about, like, what do we do? Do we just bomb the city out of existence? How many nuclear bombs does it take to blow up Manhattan? Let's count the number, shall we? A 1, a 2. I'm just checking to see if anything's changed. And this area still seems empty. I think the only one that we could interact with was the one on the end here. Yeah, the door is locked. If I remember correctly, you have to actually do some kind of, like, it's not a secret, but you have to kind of go out of your way to get the key for that. But I'm not sure where it's at now. Now, I'm wondering, is Ben going to be inside of the dog kennel area, or is he going to be gone now? So it is now technically the next day. You're bringing a lot of neat stuff. Hey, if you ever see gun trading cards around, bring them here. I'm really into those. Trading cards fitting for a simpleton like you. Okay, hold on. Frickin' geezer! Come on now, enough chatting, back to work. Hey, aren't you in the middle of a case? Now go on out of here and catch the idiots. Hopefully without using your gun. You want to leave something here? Yeah. Yeah, I do. We don't need this other vest. I do like that your equipment and your items are in different categories. You know what I mean? Like, you have a whole separate inventory just for your guns and armor and weapons. Wait, what? Oh, what is this? Oh, tune-up stuff. No. Oh, no, not BP. Oh, sword. I don't know what. My brain was just not paying attention. Okay. Select tool. Oh, no, you can't roll over the top of the inventory. That's actually really bad. That's something that needs to get fixed for sure. Again, if it's part of the remake, we need to fix that. You need to be able to roll over to the bottom of the inventory. 100% need to be able to do that. I'm guessing I don't need the zoo key anymore since I did unlock, I think, all the doors there. Okay, sort. It's fine. PE. Oh, Parasite Eve defense. So I guess if we're dealing with magic powers as opposed to, like, raw offense. So we got a defense plus 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 pluses to defense we could throw on something. 2 offenses plus 1 range and 1 bullet capacity. We've got 2 mod permits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tools to take stuff off of other weapons. All right, cool. Free ammo. Do you have anything to say that isn't just... Sorry, I didn't mean to make a scene. But that goes for you, too. You can never be too careful with a gun. Do you have an equipment modification permit with you? I sure don't. I can't tune up your equipment without a permit. No exceptions. Okay. Sure, bud. Sure. We're actively fighting a supernatural creature, and you want me to just not have... Okay, sure. Now, is Ben still here? That's what I'm curious about. He's asleep with the dog on the ground? Is that what I'm seeing? Or did the dog eat him? What is happening here? Shiva, you're tickling me. You take good care of Ben, Shiva. Okay, they're just sleeping together on the ground. That is disgusting, but okay. Gun safety before all else, including being eaten by a monster. That's gross, by the way. I am not gonna sleep on the kennel floor with a dog. I know ISOR and non-elk volunteers or gets paid to work at an animal shelter or something. That's great, but I don't even think she, in her animal-loving ways, would be willing to sleep on the floor of a kennel with the dogs. That's a step too far, I think. Also, by the way, there's nobody in this room. There's no adults in this room. It's just the dog and the kid, which seems a little weird. Authorized personnel in weapons department. Okay, that's still locked. Now the question is, can I go upstairs now? We're kind of in a unique emergency situation. Maybe they've relaxed the rules on who can go upstairs. That would be really cool. Or anything in the conference room. The media conference room. Anything in here? Doesn't look like it. They do have a map of the island, though, of Island of Manhattan, which is nice. Indicating they're actually were planning the evacuation and stuff. I like that. So much of this felt like people sat in a room and thought this through. Like, hey, if the Island of Manhattan... That's the rule, ma'am, sorry. Okay, so we still can't go this way. But if the Island of Manhattan had to be evacuated, what would the conference room look like when that order was given by the mayor? Or the governor, or whoever can authorize that? I was like, well, they'd probably have at least one picture of the Island of Manhattan up there. Then a bunch of indicators of, like... a bunch of indicators of, like, where the stuff is going to happen and how many people they need. So there's just lots of random doodles and stuff. What's Carnegie Hall looking like at this point? Hold on. I assume there's just like a single guard here like they were at the park. Oh, there's 3 cops here. What? I tell you, my holidays are ruined because of this. They better give me extra vacation days for this. What are you doing here? I don't know. Stuff? Oh, okay. Nothing new. Saw you on TV. You're from the 17th precinct, aren't you? You're the one that survived. That's true. I am the one who survived. Hey, you can't just come barging in here. You ain't getting no special treatment. What? Oh, I can't go inside anymore. Look at that. All right. Huh. Weird, but all right. I'm good. I'm happy I don't think I left anything behind. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Alright, so the only other place I have to go is the museum. I guess to drop off Maida with the scientist guy, and then whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Danny. So, where to? You could have probably asked that before we left. Is there any place with a research facility? Like a university? Research facility. I'd like to conduct an experiment and test something that might be relevant. How about the facility in the museum where Clamp is at? They had really extensive equipment there. No way, man. Anywhere but there. He should have been evacuated by now. It should be okay. Yes, that sounds good. Daniel, is that okay? I'm expecting a big tip for this. Look at how fast we're going. That's what I'm talking about. We have to be going like Mach 3. Like, we're going well over several hundred miles an hour. We're just like... Also, Chocobo on the poster. American Museum of Natural History. Presumably, that's also real. Mida. So this is the American Museum of Natural History. It's just as I imagined. I can find a research facility in this building? Yeah, hopefully we won't run into that jerk who runs it. Since he's been evacuated, it should be empty. I'm sure it's empty. I'm sure he's gone and he's not going to be relevant to the story anymore at all. For a lab and a museum, it does have fairly extensive equipment. So, what do you want to test? Yes, of course. Let me see. I was able to extract a gel-like substance from Aya's clothing. Gel? Is it from Eve? Yes, it appears to be a remnant of Eve's cells. At the cellular level, her power cannot be as strong as Aya said previously. What? Ow. Hey, what are you doing? I just want to conduct this experiment to see whether or not... I assume if this gel reacts to human blood? Yes. This is exactly as I... It's just as I thought. Go ahead, take a look. What is it? It's a cutscene. Okay, first of all, you can't see DNA like that, I don't think, through a regular microscope. Okay, those are literally atoms. I don't think you can see those through a microscope either. Giving it the juice! Interesting effect. Your cells are completely surrounded by them. As you can see, the mitochondria, or Eve, has taken over the nucleus. In a similar manner, the beast that attacked you probably experienced the same thing. Does this mitochondria really have the power to control the nucleus? No, the normal mitochondria never has such power. But Eve's mitochondria has gone through tremendous evolutionary changes. This is what I think happened to Eve's mitochondria. Normally, mitochondria require oxygen when they generate energy called ATP. So this time, the mitochondria request oxygen from the nucleus. Without the energy supply from the mitochondria, the nucleus cannot function. So in essence, the two organelles constantly rely on each other. But in this case, it seems that Eve developed the power to reverse this symbiotic relationship. Evolution, or even mutation, seems likely in this case. Reverse the cycle? Look at this. Even with a limited number of cells, her cells have this much power. Can you imagine how much power Eve has within her whole body? Mida. Yes? Could you test my cells? Yes, of course, but I want to know. I want to know why I have the power to fight her. I want to know where I stand with her. Aya. Please. Mido. I need to know why. Yes, of course. Thanks, Mido. Could you step over here, please? That cart looks very messy. I'll need your arm. Like this? Here. Yes, yes. Ow. Let me just set this up here. Mido. I think you better see for yourself. What is it? Is something wrong? Do you know what a unicorn is? Well, they're living in your blood system. I don't know why they're there, but they are. And your magical unicorns are fighting her evil Eve mitochondria. It's truly a battle for the ages. Oh. Her cells are able to reject the mitochondria. Do you realize what is happening? Your mitochondria are supplying more energy to the nuclei of your cells. It's almost as if they are protecting the nuclei from Eve's mitochondria. Why does Aya's mitochondria have this kind of power? I don't know. Are you familiar with Richard Dawson's theory of selfish gene? In simple terms, it states that genes act in a manner to preserve and ensure the survival of the species. Hey man, I don't read those scientific journals. What are you trying to say? Depending on how you look at it, you can say that Eve is trying to destroy all mitochondria except her own. In response to that, Aya's mitochondria have developed the power to rebel? Why only Aya's? Shouldn't it be the same for us as well? We should all have the power based on... That seems to follow the natural order of things, but I'm sorry, I don't know why. Aya, Daniel? Someone... A noise, I guess? Professor? What are you doing in my lab? This is breaking and entering. Well, first of all, that's 2 police officers. Second, you're not even supposed to be here. Why haven't you been evacuated the city yet? I'm asking why you people are in my lab. Again, we're 2 police detectives in an emergency situation. We're almost guaranteed to be able to go anywhere we want at this point. We received orders to evacuate the city. Professor, you really should. I tell you, cops are the ones corrupting this fine city. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. What? I'm sorry. It was my fault. You see, I asked them to bring me here. Who the heck are you? Oh, I'm Kunahiku Mido. And I'm a scientist from Japan. You were using my electronic microscope? What is this? Where did you get this specimen? Where did you get these cells? Those are... I don't know. Do you take me for a fool? With cells like these, they must affect the body's natural state. Oh, shut up. I'll just ask Officer Bread. Your cells contain a tremendous amount of energy. Do you feel any bodily changes? You should feel somewhat hot? No? Speak up, officer. I can't hear you. Have you lost consciousness anytime recently? Hey. I love that no one noticed the mitochondria or whatever is about to happen on this computer. What the heck is this? Why is my boy's name here? Lorraine? Lorraine's on here too? Clamp, you tell me. You tell me what that list is for. Tell me, you hear? Let go of me. I don't have to tell you anything. Oh, actually, no, you absolutely do now. You are officially involved in a police investigation You are absolutely 100% now officially a suspect and involved in this case. What? Daniel, calm down. Daniel? Daniel! Darn it! I'm adding that sound effect based on his violent shaking. Get out of here. What? No, this guy is completely under arrest. Sorry to disturb. No, he is under arrest. No, he needs to be arrested. You don't just walk away and let the guy with the names of victims that he should not know about, that he has on his like personal equipment. He 110% should be under arrest. Second of all, he should be forcibly evacuated from the island, so you need to take him into custody for that purpose. There are multiple reasons right now why this man needs to be put into custody and taken away in handcuffs. But we do have to officially warn you of the evacuation. Please remember that. Maidu, Officer Brad, do you enjoy having that barbarian for a partner? Oh, thank you, bye? Didn't even turn around and look at him. It's too late now. It's too late to do anything now. Dun, dun, dun. Good guy? Bad guy? Innocent bystander? Happenstance? Who knows? Alright, presumably we just need to go... It's either got to be the NYPD headquarters or Soho. One or the other. I don't know. One or the other. Darn him! One of these days. What was that list? It was an HLA type listing. It's a list to see whether organs will be rejected when transplanted. Why the heck are Ben and Lorraine on this list? It was a list of people with matching HLA types, so... Darn it! I'm gonna get him. You 100% have every right to arrest this man now. Just literally, like, he very clearly is up to something, and he needs to be evacuated. You need to arrest him. I'm going back to the station and getting a warrant, I guess? A warrant or a written statement indicating we need to arrest the man? New York City Police Department 17th Precinct. Cut scene means I'm assuming I need to be here. Oh, oh my God, it's been wrecked up, all right. What the heck happened here? Well, this is bad. You two should probably wait outside. Eve? She's here? I'll go look around. You stay here. Heck no. I'm not gonna sit around and wait for this thing to kill my family. Well, I mean, your wife's already dead. I guess their son's still here, but... Daniel! Oh, tell me he burst into flames again. Wait, Aya. Here, take this. Okay. What's this? It's a good luck charm from Japan. It's the best I can do. Ika, if you're still around, can you vaguely translate what this is? I don't know what a hamaya is. Hamaya? Thank you. I'll take it. Okay. But please be careful. I will wait for you here. I would probably wait outside. I would open the door and wait outside in the doorway and have the gun that I picked up earlier with me. I would actively have the gun out. I'd offer to help more, but I also know that I would just be turned into... I don't know why she ran out this door. That's not the direction I went. Oh, I don't know either? I didn't know either. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to leave, but that's fine. But it's an arrow with a message hanging on it. Oh. Interesting. I meant to go over here and check stuff in this corner. Can I, like, equip it, or... Special good luck charm. It's just a special, like, item, so I guess not? Oh yeah, we got energy shot, that's right. I'm like, wait, did we get a new weapon, or new ability? Huh, alright. Oh, the kanji for it literally means destroy demon arrow. Alright, cool. Well, that's something. Thanks, Mido. He's trying. He's doing his best. Oh god, dead cop? I'm getting help. Hang on. So is that the cop not responding because he's dead, or is that the cop not responding because he's unconscious? Also, I think, yeah, I thought if I double-checked people, you could get ammo off of them. He is dead. Oh, alright. He's dead, everybody. He's dead. Again, I still think this would... Random encounter. Okay, fun. Oh, it's a different colored giant rat. So we had the palette swap. Oh, and a bird. Okay, cool. I mean, there's enough pigeons around that there's no reason we can't have more pigeons, you know? Wow, he's doing good damage. Oh, come on now. That was very far away. Yeah, this rat is much tougher than the rats we've been dealing with. Wow, yeah, like way tougher. It's to ward away evil spirits, usually hung in people's houses. 2 items, junk and medicine. Okay. I'm just going to select the medicine. You know what? I'll take all of it for now. Just because I can put it in inventory, I think. I don't know. I guess I don't know what the state of the gun room is gonna look like, but I'm guessing one of the two of them is gonna be there. I don't know if it's gonna be the young guy or the old guy. One way or the other, I assume. Oh, another dead cop. Hold on. He's not gonna make it. Better put him out of his misery. Blam! Is he dead too? He's dead. So these, also by the way, you're probably noticing that, ooh, a medicine 3, that's our first one of those. That these guys aren't melted. They're just dead. So presumably that means the monsters killed them. These weren't melted by Eve's powers or whatever. Which is something. Oh, it's this guy. Is he dead or is he just unconscious? Warner! Man, Eve really caught us off guard. Oh, Eve did come here. Most of our men were out. I'm getting help. Hang on. No worries. I'll be all right. You go after Ben. Just gonna lay here and take a nap. Here, take my clip. It's a magazine. Ooh, 15 rounds. No worries. I'll be all right. You go after Ben. See, he's got a name, so he gets to survive. He's not generic cop number 3 or whatever. Or I guess generic cop A, B, and C, right? See, I'm a fan. That was a weird noise. I'm a fan of, like, the anti-demon ornaments and stuff. It's actually one of my favorite things from the Warhammer series. Is that they hang the... Oh, this stuff is knocked over. Okay. But then on a lot of the Space Marines, also I think this computer is... It looks like it might be playing solitaire. I can't tell. That, or it has the number 6 on it or something. Or 8, maybe? But, that they wear their commendations like magical charms on their armor, I find that very, like, interesting. I think it just has a very cool look to it. Or, I think it's the Korean style where they have the... Or maybe it's Chinese. Where they have, like, the piece of paper and it has, like, the charm written on it and they would, like, stick it to, like, demons and that would, like, damage the demon. I find that very interesting and fun to like watch. I think visually it's very interesting. Are you okay? Where's the captain? He went to look for Ben. No, hold on, please. He's dead, Jim. He is dead. I guess he doesn't give me an extra bullets. No magazine from that guy. No magazine from that guy. Oh no, it would be Japanese, right? Yeah, because Inuyasha was in Japan, and the one monk guy running around with the like weird hand thing, he used the like tabs, and he was Japanese, so I guess it was Japanese too. Dang, how many freaking enemies do I gotta deal with here? Okay, the fireball is easier to deal with than his melee attacks. Oh, I was very far away for that. Thank you very much. Ooh, the crit actually killed him in one barrage. Come on, I didn't get any bullets from that? Really? Alright, so... Well, let's go downstairs and see what happened with the gun people. Uh-oh. This is a very narrow hallway. Really? What is that? It's a bird and a werewolf? What is that thing? Defense down, you say. I'm getting debuffed by a werewolf. Oh my god, I did 45 damage. I did 45 damage. That's really bad. That is a lot of damage. Is that just a werewolf? I think that's literally just a werewolf. Okay, so they mutated some of the dogs. Ow, can you stop with the thing? That is so much damage. Level up. Okay. Offense +1 and medicine 2. We definitely need that medicine 2. Offense +1's nice. But we're gonna use that medicine 2 like right now. I still continue to believe this would make a great movie, by the way. Like, I feel like you can... Wait, it's me! Oh, the old one got it. I knew it was going to be one or the other. I didn't know which. Hey, this freak of a dog came and... Oh, it just cut me off. Hey, guess I messed up. Why? Why didn't you shoot, man? Haven't used a gun since your daughter was shot, Torres. You can't blame guns for that. I suppose you're right. Wayne, you take good care of this place now. Dead. Hey, Torres! No! We got an M92F. That's a type of pistol. That's a Beretta. This gun. It's Torres's gun. Hasn't used it in ages, but he always kept it in shape. Torres wasn't just good at gun tune-ups. He was a real good shot, too. But ever since the day his daughter was killed by a gun accidentally going off, he stopped shooting altogether, and he came to this department to keep guns in check. Hey, I know you can handle this gun. Take this. I nailed that monster for Torres. Yeah, we'll go get... We're gonna take that monster down. You want to leave something here? I'll hold it. Yes, I'd like to store equipment. Oh, actually, let's do it the other way around. Hold on. I ain't done yet. Store equipment. Alright, so we need to select. This can go in there for sure. I can probably just turn in those. I don't know if this does anything. Ika, if you're bored, or like maybe you're between rounds, if you'd like to look up what the Hi Maya does. If it does anything, I would appreciate that. If you're busy, I completely understand. We'll just turn in the junk, and I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put 1 medicine 2 away. And then I would like to turn in some junk, please. Discard the junk. Nail this monster for Torres. Yeah. All right. Now, is this an actually decent pistol? It's not really much better than any of the other guns we've come across. Range is half. Less than half. Damage is 6 less. And all it really has going for it is the 3 shots. It even has a small magazine of 11. I assume this is just bullets. Bullets. I'm going to store equipment. Move. Again, we talked about this before. About how... how this weapon that they give you, this M16A1, is arguably one of the best guns in this whole module. And this is where it's starting to show up. Like, we've collected all these other guns, but they're all far inferior to this one gun that was the first upgrade of a weapon we were given, right? Like, it's really weird. And here we see that the Glock actually does at least as much, if not more, damage than the Beretta M92F. The Mac 11 actually does more damage, but it has the random fire. The M203, which is a grenade launcher, just only has 1 bullet per shot. The M9, it's a pistol. I'm not sure what the M9 is supposed to be. I would have to look that one up to be more specific. Then the Model 1911A1 only holds 5 rounds, which doesn't make any sense. Also, it should probably do more damage than probably these two, because both of these are 9mm, and this is a 45 ACP. And an M84F. I don't know what that is either. I'd have to look that one up offhand. But yeah, so there's no reason to use anything other than this M16A1 for right now. Unless we just wanted to use a gun or a pistol to have more, like, shots per round. Now, if I remember correctly, there is an optional boss fight here. Oh, it just gave us another medicine anyway. But if I remember correctly, there's an optional boss fight here. Where you can go and get another gun. Like a second Torres gun. Oh my god. This is a lot. Alright. Oh, I wanted to... I was trying to get that off with... Oh, this is bad. I wanted to kill him first. Oh, we didn't kill him. I thought that was enough. I thought it was only 3 bullets. Maybe I had 2 crits last time? Okay, there we go. Just trying to mitigate damage here a little bit. Knowing now that that dog's defense down and then area of effect attack does so much damage. Can he just not? There we go. Wow, okay. That was good XP. Just gonna take it all. Because right now it's really easy to turn in the junk, and maybe we can get to the 100 to get a free gun or whatever. Though I don't remember the exact breakdown on how that works. Well, I guess we don't need the health right this second. Kathy. Hey, oh no, not the child protective lady. I'm sorry. Ben's gone. Where? I don't know. She even went berserk, and Ben went after her. What? Darn it. Here, use this. Plus 6 bullets, okay. Okay, maybe Kathy's not dead? I'm okay. Please find Ben. Okay, so she's just injured. She's not actually dead. Again, she has a name, so she gets to live. Also, we see all the weird goo that comes from the mutated dogs. Oh, it's 2. All right, great, fun. Love it. Love everything about this. Ow. Nothing wrong with the 2 dog fight. Oh, we got him killed before he got his damage reduction off. Okay, I want to try something. I'm going to try the energy shot. Energy shot will be used. See how much damage this actually does. 104! Dang, alright. That's like 2.5 damage, basically. Alright, I'll take 2 medicine 2s. I want to see if anything changed in here. Is this Shiva? Okay, that's it, huh? All right. Well, apparently the Hamaya does nothing. Okay, well we'll throw that in storage also then. Never mind then. All right, so the empowered bullet just eats all of your cutscene. Wait, where is this? Shiva, wait! Okay, this must be back up somewhere? Stop! Come back here! Man, that little kid is an idiot. All his charms do nothing, apparently. Okay, great. Yeah, I think in here is an optional boss fight. Weapons department, authorized personnel only? Yeah, it looks like... So that just uses... Dang it. I forgot to reload! Oh, we're gonna die. Okay. Alright, that was almost really bad. Oh, wait. Is there one? Oh, there it is. Okay. If we took in one more hit there was a really good chance we were gonna die. Part of the problem is I don't know how to get rid of that effect. Because that's not a poison, that's a debuff. Okay. Well, we stabilized. We only had to use 1 medicine 2. That's not too bad. Mitochondria power, go! Form of healing. Healing wave. Dang, 66 damage from one of those attacks from the birds. That is absolutely brutal. At least we're getting lots of medicine to make up for it. I'm gonna use both of those to top off. Okay, let's go put that charm away and drop off this junk we've collected. If you want to lay something here, I'll hold it. Store item. Need to put this away, since it has absolutely 0 use. Which is hilariously funny, but... oh, I guess I could just sort it, right? I'm not done talking to you yet. I don't want to store anything there. I want to sort this, though. Bika, if you're also bored, if you want to look up what the junk totals are to get various items. Okay. I swear there was a way to go into that room at the end of the hallway, and there was a boss fight in there. And I swear you got a different gun that was like specifically like Torres's gun or something. Maybe it's after you fight Shiva? Because I mean they've set up that she's gonna be the like a thing, right? Oh, is that a new person down there? Oh, it's the other detective. Nyx? Yeah. You gotta go after Ben. He went upstairs chasing Shiva. How did he get by us, by the way? Come on, we need to take care of that wound. I'm alright, just go after Ben. Ammo plus 15. Hurry, before it's too late. I still love that all the named cops are surviving. That's very good to me. Wow. This place got absolutely... Nope, yep, that makes sense. What is that thing? Is that like a giant mutated tick? Oh, it's a spider. Oh, okay. With incredibly long melee attacks. But not more than 84 hit points. Okay, I think we're starting to feel the lack of upgraded armor at this point. Ooh, CM Best 2. Okay. I assume it's probably not as good as the one we're wearing, but it has the auto heal feature. Oh, it's actually better. Oh, okay. Wow, the only thing it's worse about is the criticals, which does suck. High defense and strong against SA. I don't know what SA means. High defense and strong against SA. I'm gonna wear it though. It's better all around off defense, and it has the auto heal effect, which is pretty sweet. Now, is he still gonna be here, or okay, he is. Doesn't guarantee we're not gonna get into a fight. It just, you know, if he's there, it feels like there's a lower chance of an auto fight. Hold on. Can't make it. Got me pretty good. Take this. Ammo plus 6. Ben's upstairs. He's dead. He is dead. Now we're in forbidden territory. Oh, this is a door. Okay. I thought it looked like one, but I wasn't sure. Oh, this is the holding area. Okay. PE plus 2. Nice. We have to fight something in here. 2 spiders and a rat. Oh my god. Alright. Well, that's fine. Okay, at least the fire does very little damage. Oh, but the spider webs hit us and slow us down. See, this is where, again, that range bonus is really coming in helpful. Because we can just stand here and shoot them while we're slow. Spiders. Yes. Ow. Also, I'm confused on how spider web hitting us does damage, but I guess. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. There we go. A medicine, a Cure M, and a plus 15. Okay. Take all that. I don't know what a Cure M is, but I forgot it doesn't roll over. Cures and prevents stiffness. Ah, okay. So that's what the spiders are giving us. Stiffness. What's this? Oh, it's just a tool. Okay. Don't know why that's in a jail cell, but alright. Any secrets? Any secrets? No secrets. Nothing? Okay. I was about to say, there's gotta open. There's no reason that this would be the only one that doesn't open. That's odd. It doesn't look like there's anything there, but it won't actually let me run in that direction. Also, does this have 2 toilets in this one? That look, oh, maybe one, oh no, the one on the left must be the sink, and then on the right is the toilet. Yeah, that's gotta be what that is. I love her shoes so much, seeing them covered in webs does psychic damage. I guess that's what it is. Because it doesn't look like it's like dripping poison or anything. Doesn't really make a lot of sense on why it's doing damage. Shiva, don't go that way. Man, this kid is an idiot. Shiva, what's happened to you? Shiva, wait. Doesn't even notice the 2 rats yell at him. Oh, here's this hallway. This is where that cutscene took place earlier, okay. Oh, I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen in here, right? Resident Evil, there it is. Let's say Resident Evil 2 style, where they jump through the mirror. Oh, dodge. Oh, come on, the physical touch is enough? Really? Darn it. I was hoping to kind of cut that off, but... Oh, come on! How much further away do I need to be? Very forgiving on those dogs' rage on those attacks. Confuse. Confuse a targeted enemy. Oh, that could be fun. And I need both of these medicine 2s just to heal up. Stupid defense down nonsense. I'm just gonna use them. I'm gonna use them and get it over with. So obviously we see some of the magic item over there. Medicine 3, nice. Also, this is a really odd interrogation room. There's no table in the middle of it like you would normally see. What is this? Aya, would you please pick up the shiny object? Aya, why are we not picking up the shiny object? What is the angle that I need Aya to be at to pick up this shiny object? Hello? Oh, there we go. Storage key. Okay, that's gotta be with the gun thing. God, the angles on this are so specific. Also, we're standing outside of the play space a little bit there. We're a little bit in the black outlines of the room. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Okay. I legit don't remember if you can do this after the fact, but I don't think you can. If I remember correctly, you have to do it now or you won't be able to do it at all. But I remember it... The only thing I remember about it is that there is like a dog, like a boss dog fight in there. That isn't the Shiva fight. We're pretty... Okay, we're full health and have most of our... Parasite energy. Okay, an MP5K. So this is another submachine gun. This is a classic H&K MP5K. I think if I remember right, the K denotes tool. Okay. Oh, there's no fight in here. I swear I thought I remember there being a fight. Yes. Just leave a medicine 2 in here for now. Offense +1. Okay, cool. But actually, that's a submachine gun that doesn't have the random fire effect. I didn't realize that. All right, cool. Fortunately, it probably means it has a very short range. Oh, it actually does more damage than the M16, but yeah, look at the range is like almost a third, but it does hold more bullets, and it fires 3 bullets per round. That actually probably work okay inside the police department. And I'll be curious to see if they actually rendered it in any kind of realistic way. But I think the K... 55K? I think the K denotes that it's the silencer built into it version. I think that's what that indicates. It either indicates that it has the silencer built into it, or it indicates that it's the small, like, automatic pistol version. I can't remember which is which now. Okay, storage key. Actually, I'll keep that with me just in case we need it for something else. I don't think we will, but just in case. Yeah, might as well keep the rest of this. Doesn't leave us a ton of inventory space, though. Do I have... You gotta go with you. Okay. No, okay. I couldn't remember. Store equipment. Oh, we can store this, though. That over. I'm gonna leave this here for now and see if we might come back for it. We might come back for it. I don't know. Like, I have enough bullets. I probably don't need this club, but... we got 6 spots. That's probably enough. 6 spots, a lot of health, and a couple of revives, so we're probably alright. But I'm very curious to see how they render the gun during the actual combat. Because they did a good job of making the M16 look like an M16. I'm just curious if they'll do the same thing with the MP5, or just all non-pistols will just look like an M16, all pistols will look like a generic pistol like this. Like, all shotguns will look like a generic pump shotgun, even if that's not really what they are. But I think the grenade launcher legitimately looks more like a grenade launcher. Oh, it does look like a little submachine gun. Okay. That is actually pretty accurate to... Wow, no, they actually kind of rendered this in a realistic way. Okay. Why didn't I fire my other bullet? That was weird. Wow, and see how quickly we aim and fire the gun? So that's the other advantage that the SMGs is, the other benefit of the SMGs is just how quickly you aim and fire with them. But why is the damage seems like it's lower than when we were shooting with the rifle? That seems really odd to me. I don't know how I'm supposed to dodge that attack. That seems like a lot of ammo. What do we got over here? Like, we know Ben went upstairs. Yeah, oh, medicine 3. CR evade +2. Doesn't seem like there's any secrets. Search the desk. I don't know whose desk this is, by the way. We will save, though. Yeah, I don't know whose desk this is. Or, like, whose office this is? Because we know where the chief of police office is. Unless maybe that's like the lieutenant in charge of detectives' offices. And then this is like the assistant chief of police. And the actual chief of police office is up here somewhere. Shiva, are you okay? Clearly she's not. And also, what about all the other stuff you've seen? Ben, get away from her! Let's go! Shiva's sick! Oh, let go, Shiva's sick. Stop, don't hurt Shiva. God, this kid's an idiot. She isn't Shiva. Eve's turned her into a monster. A monster? Close your eyes, Ben. Close your stupid child face eyes. Cutscene! Oh, yeah. Oh, that's some brutal stuff right there. I mean, I would argue that any of this stuff we're seeing right now is probably on par. Nice Cerberus reference. But any of this stuff I would say is on par with Silent Hill for grossness. You're not touching him. Darn it, I'm out. Well, you probably should have brought more than 6 bullets in the revolver. Ah! Now, next time, you know what you should do is probably take him out of the room. I mean, I know that there's the problem of like the precinct has been overrun by these creatures. What? Why did that do so little damage? What? See, this is that, like, I think range has something to do with it aspect. That's the only thing I can think of. Is that he's running outside of the range, so we're doing reduced damage. Again, why arguably the... Wow. That is bull. That is absolute garbage. That insta-pivot. Wow, they dropped a tool for me. That's actually pretty rare. Again, that's another kind of rare item for them to randomly drop. Music. Lab tech. Ah! Please help me. I stepped outside and those things were all over. You'll be safe here. Don't leave this room. Okay. Hey, you're hurt. I think I have enough supplies to treat you just once. Some first aid? No, thank you. I'm actually not hurt. I'm basically at full health. But thank you for the offer. Secret? I thought for sure. Can I open this fridge? It almost looks openable. Nothing? Man. So many of these look like they'd be the perfect spot to put a secret. But I like that, yeah, there's a lab tech here because they do forensic work and stuff. So it makes sense for there to be a lab tech. And there's no animals in here because it's kind of a clean room sort of situation. So it's no animals to mutate in here to attack, right? Also, are those 2 doors on the other side of that pipe? I'm not gonna make it. Take this stuff in my locker. What? Locker key. Oh, okay, that's the locked key in the changing room. He is dead. He is dead. Oh, that's not on the floor. I had assumed that that pipe was on the floor. That's a bad optical illusion. Oh, maybe this is the boss fight I'm thinking. Oh, this is the boss fight I'm thinking of. You're the one that got Torres. Getting this one too. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Ow. I don't care for that. I'm going to slow you. Looks more like a gory death claw. A little bit, yeah. You attacking left off is probably a good thing. It did not seem to slow you down much, though. 18 damage? Seriously? That's it? I feel like I should be doing more damage per bullet than that. Oh, okay, he only did damage. He didn't actually do the debuff. But that did do basically all of my healing recoveries went away there. Okay, a little bit slower attack. By the way, I've already hit this guy with a slow, and his attack speed does not seem to have slowed down at all. Oh, I'm stuck on the wall. Ah. Trying to keep up here with my PE healing, but it's just not working out. Ah, we got him. Yeah, I think I like the other gun more. Oh, there we go, an SG 550. Okay, that's a who makes that? I think that's an H&K SG 550. I think that's who makes those. But that's the special gun I was talking about with the special boss fight. Inventory is full. No, but I would like to heal. I'm gonna use that. And then we can use one of these medicine tubes. We got defense +1. Getting help, hang on. I was too late. How could this happen? Great question. Take his ammo. Leave him for the vultures. Eve, I'm not gonna let you get away with this. So that's the special fight I was thinking of. Okay. Wait, what's this? Oh, secret room? Nice, an in jacket. I don't know what that means, but all right. Found a secret room. But is there a double secret? What about double secrets? No, nothing. So much better defense, but everything else is worse. But it does have a lot of pockets on it for extra upgrades. That's really interesting. It's only got a +1 now. Okay. Oh, it's literally called normal armor. It's just a normal jacket is what that's saying, I think. It's literally just a regular, everyday, basic jacket. That's really weird. I don't know how I feel about that. So it can hold lots of bonuses, but inherently it's sort of weak. We found a secret room that had nothing but literally a regular everyday jacket in it, I guess. Can I adjust these? Like, there's space back there, like it's implying I could move it and, like, go in there. Oh yeah, but we got that other gun now. Oh, wow, okay. Wow, that's just straight up better. Other than it doesn't have the weird... whatever that, like, downward slope thing is. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's just flat out better. Everything, but it doesn't hold quite as many bullets. Okay, sweet. But our inventory is, like, completely full right now. But yeah, that's what I mean. There was... When I'm using this submachine gun, it feels like there's something else going on that's causing it to just not be as good as, yeah, look at that. It's got to be something to do with the number of bullets. Like maybe the damage indicated is spread over the length of each bullet as opposed to each bullet is doing that much damage. So the submachine guns are good for multiple shots. Oh, I forgot to check. I wasn't paying attention. Can't take any of this. I mean, I'm not really... There's nothing I think I'm willing to give up for that. Yeah, that's inferior in every way. I forgot to check and see if they've modeled the in-combat version to make it look like it would in real life. Oh, no, wait. Maybe that's a SIG 550? I cannot remember who makes that gun now. They don't make them anymore, though. I know that much. Squirt gun? Yeah. I love how casually I'm running back and forth while our chief of police is actively battling a three-headed, like, monster dog. I just have time to keep running up and down stairs to drop off inventory stuff. Hi. Yes, I would like to store equipment, please. Let's put this away. You can also put this in jacket away for now. Sort it. Items. Tool. We can't use that from our inventory anyway. +1. CR evade +1. Keep all that. Oh, we can go do this locker thing, and then I think we can ditch this locker key. That's the only thing I can think of is that the damage the weapon does is spread out over each individual bullet. Not each bullet does that much damage. So one of the disadvantages to SMGs is also that the 36 damage it's calling for is done over the course of 3 bullets. So it's the same problem you have where... Oh, we got one of the trading cards he was talking about. It's the same problem you kind of have with automatic weapons in, like, Fallout New Vegas and stuff. Where, yeah, you're doing a lot of damage quickly because you're, like, automatic firing. But each individual bullet does very little damage. And that's just not good for your bullet economy, right? You're using more bullets to do the same amount of damage. The only real advantage is that you can, you can aim and fire quicker, which is definitely good. We've already been hit multiple times, like, taking our time to aim the assault rifle. So it's not like it's a terrible thing, it's just, I don't know if it's worth it for the bullet economy alone. But yeah, this gun seems really good. Again, it has the same assault rifle, just slow to aim and shoot thing, though. But that extra range is honestly fantastic. I guess one thing we could do, actually, sort of in reverse, is if we were to take a gun that only had, like, 2 bullets per action, and then we could throw it onto an SMG, and then that way it does more damage per bullet. Oh, did I put the... Yes. No. Or then the other option is like the grenade launcher only has 1 bullet per reload, right? Or 1 bullet per action. So in theory, that 1 bullet would do maximum damage every time you fired it. But obviously, you're only getting 1 attack per action, right? Am I just trapped in this corner? Okay, there we go. Oh, I just took a boatload of damage there. I didn't realize how much damage I just took. Oh, that defense down still hit me. Okay, we've got to get rid of the stiffness. Okay, it wore off. It wore off. 24 damage. Okay, we might die here. Oh, it's gonna be close. Okay, luckily the healing goes off. Wow, that was brutal. Okay. The healing goes off in frozen time. Oh, come on! We've got to figure out a way. Nope, we died. See, yeah, this is the disadvantage to the assault rifles. It just takes so long to aim and shoot that stuff can just run up and hit us. Slowed like this, it just... we can't dodge, right? Or when we're out of the way like that, we still can't dodge for some reason. Okay, take that medicine too. We're definitely gonna need it before whatever fight we do next. Okay. I don't know. Oh, I guess it's gotta be this medicine too? That's weird. That's worth 90. I'll just wait and heal in combat. Oh, this is the morgue. Wow, the morgue's on the 3rd floor. I feel like you don't see that very often. I feel like you always see the morgue being in the basement, right? 2 spiders. Oh, and a bird. Okay. That's odd. Why did you fire it? Okay. All right. Well, the double crit. Darn it. Wow, so what this is really showing is the debuff from the dog is a serious threat. Oh, okay, so if you run away from them long enough, they'll just give up on the attack. But you have to have room for that to work. Wow. I'll take that. Yeah, that's really good stuff. That was a very good get. That was a bunch of medicine 3s. I like that. So, what did I come in here for? Was it just to be ambushed? Because I don't see any treasure chests. Unless they hid stuffing in the morgue crates, or in the morgue things. Yeah, I guess there was nothing in here. This was just an ambush room. That seems mildly messed up. But yeah, if you can't tell, also the module has actually finally gotten very hard. It really starting to feel like we probably should start doing some power leveling. Also, it has the same mitochondria screen as the one that was in the museum. Yeah, I guess there's literally nothing in this. I can't seem to open any of these. Or there's nothing to interact with to get items. You gotta study your enemies, right? Yeah. Like, the way that light is on this table, it almost makes it look like I'm supposed to do something with it, but it's not letting me. Huh. Yeah, I guess this is just an empty room to get ambushed in. How odd. Darn it. That's the other downside, is now we have to go through this encounter area again. There is no way that that should be able to hit me. Oh, we're gonna die again. That defense down is so brutal. The one action per turn is just insane. Okay, because detox just removes, yeah, effects of poison only. Damage. Maybe I can use this? I don't know how much this helps. Wow, we dodged both of those somehow. I don't know how we did it, but... Wow, we got the crit even at long range. Oh, okay, so it literally just steals PE in exchange for the damage. Oh, okay. So it's just straight up a 1-to-1. That's good to know. Aw, we almost got a level there. See, the other problem is... we're gonna be going in there with no PE for this next fight. The other problem is... if I go back, I have to go through the random encounter tables to go back to the lab tech. It's the same stuff from the kennel. Again, I feel like this would make a great movie. Baker. Aya! Aya, Uncle Baker's hurt! That's okay, kid. That's why I'm here. Oh my god, that thing is huge! Shiva? Question mark, question mark. It's not Shiva. Shiva's already dead. Aya, please, don't let her turn into a monster. That's a little late, kid. This is a chonky dog. Come on, I'm the one you want. There are 3 targets, presumably each head. Yeah, I mean, oh, that's a spicy meatball. Okay. But yeah, this looks like it has a slightly different. Oh my god, that just did 97 damage. Oh lord. Oh, come on. Don't pull that on me. See, I don't know how to dodge that. Maybe I'm not supposed to move? Is it one of those type of things? Where if I'm not moving, it won't damage me? That looks like that's still just a generic M16 body. All the assault rifles will probably look like that. I honestly don't know which one of these I need to be targeting. No, I just took full damage. Alright. Oh, I'm out of See how the PE is starting to come back slower now? Because I've used it so much. Do I have another armor? And apparently that PE recovery thing has something to do with your armor. I don't remember how it works exactly. So it's important to have a second armor with you. I'm just gonna drop a 2. Wow, yeah, our PE is coming back incredibly slowly now. Oh, there's no way that got over there. Absolutely no way. Disagree with that ruling. Wow, that just covers the whole length of the arena, huh? Well, that did less damage that time, which is good. I need heal. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now we're actually into, like, challenging stuff. I'm gonna drop I'm gonna use a medicine 3. It just healed itself for 100? Oh. Just took that one to the face. Oh, wait, am I need to be... Oh, I've been attacking 3. I think I need to be attacking 1. Oh, something happened there. Oh, I killed face... okay, I killed part 1. Wow, it just gets to do that, huh? Okay, that was a... I don't know what to do with that. I don't know, I have no idea. Okay. Kind of gotten the dodging a little bit. So it has... Oh, no way! Absolutely not. There is no way that hit me. Absolutely no way. I want to know what the hitboxes on that thing are. Uh-oh. What is that? Oh, did I kill the other... I killed the other head. Okay. Oh, is that Shiva? Yeah, that's what Shiva turned into. The, Cerberus monster. Oh, it's still got laser attacks. Okay. Okay, it's down to just laser attacks. Okay, so I should have probably taken out head 3, because the... Ow. Really? Hey, we got there. Wow, what a brutal fight that was. Wow, almost 2 whole levels worth out of that, though. And an M9-2, another kind of pistol. Okay. Rip Dog, yeah. Yeah, so it looks like all assault rifles are going to look like M16s, which means all submachine guns are probably going to look like MP5Ks, like we've the short automatic pistol variant. Ben, Captain. Hey, Uncle Baker's hurt. Ben? Where have you been, Daniel? Daniel went charging after his son well before us, and somehow he got lost? What did he do? Daddy! Let me take a knee again, son. Ben, are you okay? Uncle Baker was protecting me. Can someone give Uncle Baker here a hand, please? The man is clearly badly injured and barely able to stand. Aya, could you give him an arm up there? Captain, thank you. Remember when Ben was younger? We used to all play at your place? Sir? Cut that out. Baker is fine. Like the old times. No, he's fine, yeah. As he's actively bleeding to death on the floor. Shiva. Ben. Aya. Whoever did this to Shiva, you'll get him, right? Yeah. Yeah, I will. Mrs. Aya, I want whatever scumbag did that to Shiva, I want you to put him in the dirt. I want you to hunt him down. I want you to break all their limbs and put him in the dirt, Mrs. Aya. Day 4. Day 4, conception. That's kind of gross. Save your progress? I will, in fact, save my progress. Mrs. Aya, I want you to find him and I want you to light him on fire. Just light him on fire. I want to watch him run around on fire. All right, Ben, I get it. You're really angry about Shiva. People? Come on, Daniel. You're in charge now. I guess he's the next ranking officer. Was a random detective? Where's the second chief of police? Like the deputy chief of police? There's got to be probably some kind of like head lieutenant or sergeant that could probably be in charge. Why does it fall on one random detective? And the only reason I'm calling him a detective is because he's in plain clothes. He's not like the street officer, like a cop. He's clearly a lieutenant or a detective or something. He's definitely not an average beat cop. That much I can guarantee. Yeah, well, I'm not used to this sort of thing. You're doing great, boss. Oh, at least Warner apparently wasn't too badly hurt. Nix, on the other hand, was barely alive, but Warner was just kind of damaged in the corner. But why did Eve decide to attack the precinct? To get rid of us? Maybe the Japanese guy knows something about it. You're right. Where'd he go anyway? Oh, I can move around now. I bet he's snooping around the criminal ID lab on the 3rd floor. I'll be fine. Besides, I promised Nix at the hospital that I'd settle score with Eve. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. We get confirmation that he wasn't as badly hurt and Nix is in the hospital alive, but badly injured. We'll start fixing up the office. See, that's good writing. It answers multiple questions at the same time. He's not as badly hurt. Nix is, so he promised Nix that he's gonna get Eve. Like, that's... No, it's like a bunch of storytelling delivered in 2 sentences. That's good writing. The more I play this, the more I'm happy with it. It's so due for an update, though. Yeah. It could be so good if it just got an update. You just update the graphics and you update the inventory system a little bit, and maybe a little bit of the map layout to reduce backtracking. I think you got it. I don't think you got to go too much crazier than that. Though again, I do feel that this 100% could be a movie. The sequel, not so much. It's not as... You'd almost want to... The best way I can describe it is how it works out. The second one isn't as big and over the top as this first one. I don't think it would make as good a movie if you did it 1 and then 2. It'd actually make more sense to do it 2 and then 1 based on like the escalation of violence and stuff. But even then, not really. Like, The story obviously wouldn't make any sense if you did it 2 and then 1. Unless you wanted to do 2 as an action movie and then do the prequel, this one, to like see if after Parasite Eve 2 worked, you know what I mean? Don't you worry, I'll be looking after this place for Torres. You leave any equipment tweaks to me. We're playing it my way now. No permit needed. But it'd be nice if you could give me some gun trading cards if you see them laying around. Hey, I may not come close to being as good as old Torres, but you can trust my work. So, what'll it be? Tune-up weapon, store equipment, rare T-card collection. Oh, this is another thing. The rare cards. So, I'm trying to remember how this works out now. So the weapon permits. Okay, this didn't come back up. I'll put this away. So there's the regular trading cards, which work like weapon permits. And then there's rarity cards that are part of a separate collection that I think when you turn them in, he gives you... I'm trying to remember how it works out. He either gives you a super tool, or once you get done giving him like the 5 of them that there are, or the 10 of them, instead, he will give you like a toolbox, so you have unlimited tools, but only the basic ones, if I remember correctly. Something like that. But I don't even remember where you get the rare trading cards. Store equipment. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually look and see. Aya, you take Eve down. Do it for Torres, all right? But like, you got a lot of interesting side characters with stories that are delivered quickly in 1 or 2 lines. Like, I don't know. 1 less damage. Half the range. Literally half the range and half the bullets. But it fires 3. An M9-2. I do not know what kind of gun that is. Huh. I mean, well, let's give it a shot. It's only 1 less damage, right? Also, I don't remember where exactly I need to be going now, but that's... I'm okay with that. Oh, let me sort this. I wonder... I just had a weird thought. I wonder if you can put the shotgun mods onto pistols. I didn't think about that till just now. Okay, we're at full health. I need like 1 more fight to level up. But yeah, it's a little silly that Daniel is the one who's in charge of the precinct now. That doesn't really make any sense. Unless they're trying to say he's just in charge of, like, the detectives. Like, Baker was the lieutenant in charge of detective department. And now that he's injured, Daniel is the next highest ranking detective. So now he's in charge of like, he's the temporary lieutenant in charge of the detectives or something. Yeah, otherwise it doesn't make a lot of sense. Because you wouldn't grab a random detective like that and then make them the, like, temporary chief of police. Okay, apparently he left. Oh, we should go tech. Oh, no, he's supposed to be on the 3rd floor with the technician lady. I mean, we didn't leave anything undone on the way up here, so we should be good. Is it this one? No, that's the interrogation room. And, oh, this was that random office that I wasn't sure what it was for. Is there somebody in here now? No. I guess it was just an excuse to give you a random item and a save point. I mean, that's nice. We're almost out of time. Yeah, so that's where the other dog was, the one that killed Torres. And that's an optional boss fight, by the way. You don't have to do that one. You just get the nice assault rifle afterward. Ah, yeah, here they are. We'll do this cutscene, then I'll save, and that'll probably be it for the night. Thought you'd be here. How did you guess? The kind of place makes me think more clearly. Current chief of police and or lieutenant in charge of the detective branch. Daniel. Hey, was it Muda? Muda? Yes, I managed to rank up in current PvP event in you. Nice. Mida, yeah. Yeah, Mida. Why did Eve attack the precinct? What I want to know is why Eve didn't show herself this time. I felt her presence here, but as soon as we arrived, she was gone. It could be a distraction. Distraction? What for? Is there a... Oh, okay. Is there a sperm bank or a hospital that conducts an artificial insemination nearby? A sperm bank? Well, I don't think Eve's body will last much longer. Right now, the mitochondria are just parasites in her body. So she's trying to create this ultimate being like she did it in Japan? I'm afraid so. So if we can stop her from getting there, she'll die eventually? I think a doctor at St. Francis Hospital specialized in artificial insemination. Let's go, Medea. Or Midu. Hey, what about me? You're captain for now, remember? Captain of the... Captain? Captain. Okay, so he's captain, so he's not chief of the police. Oh, that would make sense, actually, now that I think about it. So he's the captain in charge of this precinct, but the chief of police would probably be more in downtown somewhere? Names? Yeah. This rank up took forever. I'm sorry, bud. So yeah, he's the captain in charge of this precinct, but he's not the chief of police, which would be someplace else, because obviously this is a huge city, so the chief of police wouldn't be in one random precinct like this. Also, though, I don't know if he would be made captain. He would probably have some, like, not a captain's assistant. Like a mayor's assistant, but like a captain's, like this deputy, a deputy captain or something like that. Unless maybe they all died during the attack, and then literally Daniel is the next one in rank, you know, rank for being in charge. You're gonna be you're captain for now, remember? You gotta look after the precinct. Oh, all right. Here, take this then. I assume it's his car keys. Oh, it's just 30 rounds. All right. Here's a magazine's worth of bullets. He just stops to talk to Daniel. All right. All right. Okay, so there's the hospital they talked about. Soho. Carnegie Hall. The museum. So the hospital's the obvious one. We could probably go... I'm going to do one fight so I can level up, and then we'll save. And I think Central Park I can continue to just fight stuff. It's super low level, but we literally need like 10 XP or whatever. But yeah, as our PE... As we use the PE, it slowly recovers... I guess slower? Like, it slowly loses how quickly it builds up. And I think that's the mechanic that you need a second armor for. So that on your turn, you can switch to that other armor and it resets the timer or the effect on the PE buildup. Okay, I just need, like, a combat to occur, please. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a combat. Just a quick combat, please. I need, like, I need to kill, like, 2 things. I was hoping the snakes would trigger, but no. But there's the birds here, or the monkeys over there. One or the other should trigger. Hopefully we can get the... There's a jump scare thing that can happen here, but I don't know if it'll happen. And I know for a fact you can still fight stuff in places, because you can go back and grind through areas to get more XP and collect junk and stuff. Where is the combat? What is happening? Is it only when I go up the stairs? I know you can grind encounters. Oh, we need the key? We didn't permanently unlock that door? Oh, that's super lame. I thought that door would stay unlocked. What is going on? I know for a fact you can come and grind encounters. I would come back here and grind the birds in this area when I was trying to do the 300 junk thing to get the, like, whatever gun I wanted or whatever. What is happening? What is happening? How is this happening? What? There's like, I'm running through so many fight triggers. Huh? Maybe it's... There we go. Oh, thank God. I mean, it's a lone monkey, but whatever. Yeah, see how quickly we aim and shoot with the pistols? Oh my God, it wasn't enough! I need one more. It was only 10 XP and I needed 19. I thought one monkey would be enough. I needed a second monkey. I don't know what causes the encounters to happen. I don't know if it's entering and exiting them or just like while you're walking around in them, they can go off. Come on. Just give me like 3 birds and then I'll take the junk and the birds. And we'll just have an encounter, please. And if you want to be really nice, you can give me the jump scare one. Why? Okay, let's try the monkey again. This is the downside to trying to grind for the junk, though. Is that there's not really a great place to do it outside of this. Because junk is only dropped by birds. And if I remember correctly, basically going forward, now you give me 2 monkeys. All right. Okay, wait, I want to try something. So we know the damage difference is only 1 point. And we were doing basically 20s there. I want to see what happens when we shoot the monkey with this thing. The damage should be almost identical, right? Look at, okay, see, so yeah, there's got to be something going on with that. The damage is spread out over the length of the bullets. Oh, wow, our max HP went up by like 70 there. That was kind of bonkers. Alright, cool. I guess the question now becomes... Bird? Do we have a build we want to try? Like... Do I want to put, like, this pistol... Do I want to put just, like, the single bullet pistol... And we're just running around with essentially like some kind of weird magnum where we're just firing one bullet a turn, but it's doing maximum damage. I mean, I guess the other advantage to that though is that there it is. If you're firing a bunch of bullets, you have more chances to crit, and the crits seem to do normal crit damage. They don't seem to be reduced by the size of the magazine. Yeah, look, our HP went up by 60 on that level. That's kind of crazy. All right. Yeah, we'll replace this one. Yeah, it went up by 63 from level 18 to 19. Wow, that's a big jump. All right. All right, well there we go. We can call it there. Dang. All right. Well, we made good progress. We ended day what? We ended day 3? Or no. We ended day 2, got all the way through day 3 and started day 4. So, I would say that's a pretty good progress. We used a lot of resources to do it, which kind of sucks, but outside of that, I think we did pretty good. But any of the lurkers, thank you. You help the Twitch world go round. I always appreciate you. Anybody who checks the VODs here on Twitch or on the YouTube repository, thank you. Those numbers help keep me motivated. If you need a well-thought-out solution, you need a thinking solution, Raven Hillbrook Inc., Thinking Solutions. But yeah, Ika, you have a good one. I hope everyone out there has a good one. I hope to see you all on Saturday for Elder Scrolls and Doors. We'll see how it. Doors is a recommendation from, I think it was Ken Boy over in the Discord. So this is a recommendation by a board member. That's why we're playing it, everybody. So if you want me to play something, go over and put it in the Discord, and I will play it. You don't have to tell me anything about it. Just tell me, like, put it in the Discord or like a link to the Steam page or a GOG page or just even the wiki, and maybe tell me what day you think it should be played on so that I kind of can plan ahead. If it's Action Tuesday, if it's turn-based Thursdays, if it's scary, it's for Saturdays, and if it's a puzzle thing, it's for Sundays. That's all I really request. Just a wiki link or a store link and what day of the week you think it should be played on, and that's about it. But that'll be it for me, everyone. I think, yeah. Bye!